Let's learn about finding the area of a triangle. Now, I'm just going to briefly draw in kind of the idea here behind the area of a triangle. And the idea is that every triangle can be thought of as being almost like inscribed inside some rectangle. And that if you thought about these kind of fill-in pieces of the rectangle, that those kind of green shaded parts have the exact same area. You know, if you could think about like taking this piece and flipping it into here and taking this piece and flipping it, almost folding it in, that these pieces, the green, has the exact same area as the gray. So what we should be able to do is find the area of the rectangle and then just cut it in half to get the triangle. And that is the area of a triangle formula. The area is 1/2 the base times the height. Or sometimes you'll see base times height divided by 2. Obviously the same thing. Let's do an example. All right, so here you can see I've drawn in a triangle that has a base of 13 and a height of 7. And I just want to be very clear here that, you know, the height, much like with parallelograms, it has to be something that cuts down into the base at a right angle. That's how we know it's the height. We do not need to know the side lengths, although there is another formula where we can use those side lengths. But in this formula, we need to know the height. So we would simply do 1/2 the base multiplied by the height. 13 times 7 is 91, so half of that is 45.5. Let's do another. All right, so here you can see that we have a base of 18 and a height of 10. So using our formula, we could say, all right, the area is half of the base multiplied by the height. 180 divided by 2 is 90. Let's do a little bit different example. So in this example, I've given you the base and I've given you the area, but we don't know what the height is. So let's use our formula. We know that 1/2 the base multiplied by the height, which in this case is x, is equal to 75. Now there are a number of ways you could handle this. For example, you could just start by multiplying the 1/2 in. You could say, well, 1/2 times 10x is 5x. I think that's the way I'll solve it. Another way you could do it is you could say, well, what if I just multiplied by 2? So the 1/2 was gone. If you did that to the other side, that would be fine as well. Multiply by 2 here, so the 1/2's gone. You'd have 10x equals 150. You're going to get the same answer. I'm going to just choose to multiply the 1/2 in times 10, so 5x equals 75. And then divide both sides by 5. And of course, you get 5 as your x, so your height is 5. So using the formula, we can also, use some algebra and really easily solve for missing pieces. Let me show you one other example with a different triangle. An example like this always looks a little bit strange because the triangle is drawn. We can say, well, it's set up that the base is 9, but oftentimes people are kind of confused with this altitude or height that's drawn outside the triangle. Well, there's not really a place to figure out the height of the triangle inside this triangle. We need to know, from here or from anywhere on this base, what is the height to the highest point over here. So oftentimes you'll actually see this kind of drawn outside the triangle with the little, and sometimes, you'll even maybe see an extension like this to show that, it would have hit that base at a right angle. So don't be thrown by that. It's still the same formula, 1/2 the base times the height. So 9 times 12 is 108. Half of that would be 54. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more content. I have an entire playlist dedicated to geometry.